Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope you're all well. In this talk, I'm going to talk a little bit about something that's very applicable to your project that you'll be doing soon, and that's on how to find really good data on a given market in a given country, and where you can go to look for that. And there are a lot of different places. There are really a lot of places that you could look, and I encourage you on your own to look at some, including like the CIA.gov is an outstanding place to look. The CIA provides incredible information about all the different countries around the world, and very detailed, and you can really see some tremendous things there. And so I would suggest you look at that. But today I want to talk about looking at one, which is the World Bank. And I think if we kind of, what I'd like you all to do is really become familiar with the World Bank site and use that one for your project. So there we are all looking at the same kind of numbers and all this kind of thing. You can add to it as you want. Again, the CIA is excellent, and there are other great ones to look at as well. But for this, please do call up the Doing Business In slides. There are just a few of them, and that will help us as we go forward on this. You'll see that I've started out with this kind of repeating the slides we saw earlier on what makes a country attractive, because it's very similarly related to that. So we'll start out with the first couple of slides. I won't repeat them, but you'll see what makes the country attractive for investors, and you'll get down to that the bunch of different elements that companies look at when they're considering investing or opening or expanding or developing new markets. Okay, then you look at the last slide. Now, the slide 4 there is what I really want to look at, because that's the World Bank logo there, and this is about doing business in. And so the whole point is, like, when you're looking at trying to do something new in a country, or you want to say what's it like doing business in that country, and this is really helpful. So I put a link there for you to look at, and I suggest that while we're talking here, just have a quick look at that. And also, you'll see a picture, a graphic of a Doing Business 2020, and this thing which you can download, which please do download from the World Bank site, gives you a lot of information about 190 different economies and a bunch of different ways to look at things, and kind of a global view of how the world is shaping up, so that you can make a kind of a decision you would want to make for thinking about opening a business or expanding, growing, etc. in a new market. It's very useful. These two resources coming from the same place are outstanding, and you could look at a lot of different things, but I think this is a lot. And if you're good at working with these, I think you'll do very well. So click on that link, and then you'll see when that opens up, you'll see the site there, the World Bank site, doing business, measuring business regulations, and then you'll see something really a simple and very helpful way to see what you want to see. And that is, for example, it says select an economy. So if you hit that drop down on the select your economy, you can put any country in there that you want. So when we put out the project for, in a week or so, we'll come up with a series of countries that you could theoretically develop a new business in, and then you just type in that name there, and you'll see all kinds of data that are there, and we'll shape that a bit on what I really want you to focus on, and how to produce something that's very relevant and applicable to making a decision on what country to work in. So, but anyway, you can play with that a little bit. It's very, very interesting, and you'll see that Doing Business 220 thing there. Do download that. It's free. You can download that, and it's unbelievable information on the different economies, and should be of great interest to you as just pure fun reading, because this is the kind of company decisions base that you'll hopefully have in the future. And you're in this class because you're interested in international business, of course. So if you look at that, you'll see the different regulatory reforms they do. It's very up to date, and you'll see that how different countries are relatively easier or harder to deal with, and in what areas. So that's very important. But if you look at that selected economy, say you pick something like Ireland and type that in, you would right away see that opens up into a description of what the Irish economy is all about in a lot of different ways. So you'll see that, and if you do that, it would be false. So I typed that in there. I'm looking at my screen now, and you'll see that the rankings on doing business in Ireland over all these different topics. And you'll see one there that says starting a business. So you click into that, and you see what's it like to start a business in Ireland. And then you can also look at other outside sources, Google them on what business in Ireland, of course. But from right there, you will see that it's got a really good score for starting business in Ireland, and you'll see the deal, construction permit, getting electricity, all this sort of thing that you'll be one to really understand should you decide to pick Ireland as a country to move into. You'll see that there, and this is really there. And you see if you look down, you can click on all these, but as you see starting a business, what that really means. So I will provide you with a format, the slides, exactly the slides we want to see for your project. Will be very clear, and everyone will do the same presentation so that we are looking at the same kind of thing. But I do encourage you now to just start playing with this resource. This is what we'll use to develop the data for your project, and also this is what you should just have a lot of fun looking at and seeing how different markets and economies measure up. So please do look at this. As we go, like I said, as we go forward, I'll be provide you with a greater clarity on exactly what slides I want to see and what kind of information I want to see, so you're not going all over the place. But do start looking at this so you can see how that goes. And I think it's fun to you can kind of get lost in looking at the different economies, how they compare with each other. But do that for now. Get familiar with that. Download that 220 guide, and I think you'll be really set for as we move forward over the next couple weeks. Okay? Appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon.